2020 has been the most rollercoaster year of all of our young lives. From the pandemic to racial tensions in our country, change needs to happen. That change has already started with us and others who have spoken up against racial injustices. Seeing so many different protests occurring this year was amazing to see, especially when it came from athletes. Over 4 years ago, Colin Kaepernick took a knee to protest police brutality, and since then, many have followed his lead. But when he first took a knee, many saw that as disrespectful, but over time, people saw how powerful Kaepernick's message was and how it had become even more relevant years later. But in 2020, athletes all over the world took it upon themselves to fight against racism. Players in the NBA decided to boycott a handful of games, along with every other sports team after the shooting of Jacob Blake. That action spread across all major sports clubs in the US and even around the world. And during that time, players like Steph Curry, John Wall, and many others took to the streets to join with others like them in showing their support for equality. Seeing these athletes use their fame and following to enact good and change was amazing to see, going as far as considering canceling a resumed NBA season, which had already seen its ups and downs. Even after the protests ended over the summer, NBA stars like LeBron James and Chris Paul, Stephen Curry, and Steven Jackson continued their fight. James, who hosts his own talk show on HBO called The Shop, had former President Obama as a guest and discussed social issues. In the interview, it was revealed that Obama was asked for his opinion on whether or not to continue the NBA season. In an article by Sports Illustrated by Jenna West, it goes into more detail about what was spoken about between James and Obama, which highlighted the positive impact that the interview had and how it was good for James to take the big step and to speak with government officials and ask what could be done. This wasn't the first time that James and other players went beyond social media to fight against racism. In 2018, a Fox News anchor responded to remarks made by James who criticized Trump. As a slogan, the reporter said, "Shut up and dribble," which created a negative effect on players and media, which made these players want to have more of an impact in everyday lives more than just basketball. So, in conclusion, I wanted to point out how important these players are because of who they are and the platform that they have, and how powerful their voices are to the younger generations to enact change. Thank you.